So today it is our discussion is about this New Year message. So this already morning we discussed in detail. So there will be a recording, so you can listen to that in detail. I'll just touch upon few important points. And if you have any question, then you can ask me. So this is about, first thing we're discussing about the transition period from this new year. Because of this planetary position, the energy transition has been happened from earlier in 2020, it was earth and water. Earth means there's a heaviness and water is going downward, the tendency. This is now, during this period, the transition has happened towards the fire and air. Like, you know, that when fire and air comes, it suddenly makes the changes upward. So the complete direction change from water to going upward as a fire, and air is supporting that. So there is a major shift in the energy during this transition period. And this transition period, this fire energy, that's what I put, you see our program, some fire signs. This is the predominating energy of right now, and it will continue till end of January and to some extent in February. So these ups and downs in the outer world may create some kind of what is called civil and political upheaval, like some ups and downs and uncertainties and things like that. So during this period, my advice will be just not to get dragged into any of this thing. You will feel emotionally charged to, do something about it. Or so my advice is just restore that energy, because don't allow that energy to go out and, express in the outer events. Rather hold the energy so that you can use that for your own internal growth. So what to do exactly, that I will explain later. But just understand that this is not the time for spending your energy, because whatever you will be spending energy and things like that, that is going to change, So when that change is coming, that will change most likely, it will come, energetically speaking, it will come at the end of February to March. Means in the March when it will enter, the energy will change. In fact, February it will calm down. So I was giving an analogy that if the January is the surgery period, like operations and a lot of activities and all these things, February will be the post-surgery recovery period. Like still pain is there, but the whatever wounds and all that have been in being healed, but you are not in a state where you can jump and run. So that is the type of energy you have in the month of February. And thereafter, a very energetic time is coming. So as I explained about 2020, the later part of 2020 was the earth and water, and then this gone into that fire and air. It will lead you to a very charged and potent energy level, and which is a very good time. If I just want to explain in one word, that energy will be the creative energy. This creative energy means it will be very good for any kind of creativity, creative pursuits, whether it is in the arts or performing arts or composition of new things, or even scientific matter, creative in the new areas of technology, maybe the new kinds of medicine and vaccines and things like that. So that time will be very, very conducive for that. And a lot of things will happen, not only in the medical, like all other areas, like maybe transportation and that communication and many other good technologies will be coming. And it will be different than whatever is the traditionally so far. It will be like a different types of energy and different approach to that energy that will means the creativity that will be into play. And normally also it is just a common, we can just common sense that after being so much time into this kind of isolation, and now that when it will be released like a big way. So I normally give an analogy of that time like a the caterpillar cocoon. It is in the cocoon for a long time, and then at the time, one point of time, it breaks open the cocoon and the butterfly that flies off. That is the kind of energy will come from this March onwards. And that is the kind of release, the beautiful creative energy that will come. Saying so, this kind of energy, whatever we come across in 2020, in overall human evolution wise, that was to some extent needed. It brings focus back to our two major things. One is our health or public health. It will bring focus back to that, to take care of our health and all these things. And second thing is bring back the focus on the environment. So these are the two. Like, we damaged our own body and the body of Mother Earth earlier so much. So we needed some kind of mechanism collectively to some extent reset to whatever is needed. So health-wise, we have already undergone, we are forced to take precautions, we are forced to protect ourselves, we are forced to be alert and aware. This is a spiritual quality. Okay, keeping 6 foot distance or 2 meter distance from other people requires a lot of attention and alertness. What we normally practice during meditation and all, we are doing it day in, day out. Okay, so we have a lot of awareness of your surroundings and things like that. So indirectly, it helped us to be more alert and aware, rather than just absent-minded, doing work or going somewhere just like a robot. Like we are, like we go and catch the train or bus or sit in the car and drive, get down and sit in the office and things like that. So we, rather than programmed robot, we become now in this particular state last year has given us that kind of thing to break the thing first. And it is, of course, it is not a very pleasant experience. So a lot of things have happened. I'm not saying it is pleasant, but what I'm saying is that that breaking of the pattern was necessary so that it can welcome new. And this is, you can say, like, so what I can see that over 2021 is a huge potential. From March onwards, there's a huge amount of human expressions will be there, creative expressions will be there, new way of dealing things will be there. And in that way, you can take that like an, arrow, before it goes forward, it has to go backward to get the strength, and then it starts. So when it goes backward, then nobody liked it. So you can take it that way. We were forced to do certain things, but were ideally not used to. But that was necessary for going to the higher range. Like when a long jump, if you see the sports in the long jump who are in the giving competition, they go back and run for maybe about 50 meters or some 75 meters and then jump, because you need that. So first he has to go back, or in the cricket, the bowler has to go back and then start coming forward. So the going back part is over. So it will be now in the front side, and it depends how much. It could be a lot of potential there in this year. And that will be, to me, it is what I can see. It is a wonderful energy. And another major aspect is that these slowly, humanity collectively, it's shifting and aligning itself to the divine feminine energy. Like on Earth, already that transition has happened from masculine to feminine in December 2012. And so far, it was still struggling. People are not been able to adjust with that, and so they try to fight it out and fight it even harder. Go to extreme to fight. So those things we can see play out in the different areas. But the power balance is changing, that, the country is, relative, things are changing. The way it was operated, the way the international relations were there, this is changing, and everything is changing. So it is last year, it was like a big reset. So earlier in the 1st January 2020 voice message, I have mentioned that is a time of redefining yourself. If you remember, recall that. And now you can realize that you actually almost nothing of whatever you have on the 1st January or first week of January 2020, and in the first week of January in 2021, you already redefined, whatever way it is. I'm not saying all good, and I'm not saying all bad, but you definitely redefine. You are now, working, interacting, and all these things in a different way. Earlier, we are not but so much using this kind of video conferencing technology that much. So now that becomes a very common, like everyday work. So, and this kind of thing, so much of unnecessary travel has gone. So we are focusing more on inner side, internal side. And rather than, even though we are, the face-to-face interaction is minimized, like physical interaction with other people, because people are wearing masks anyway, so you cannot talk much. So those things has forced go into the other mode of communication. So this other mode, or the virtual mode, but at least it breaks the pattern of talking in front of each other, physical level. Indirectly, it is, reshaping us, redefining us, our communication method, and going to virtual and other things, like multiple things, ways we are communicating now. And these will be helpful for us to communicate with our own higher self, because communication with higher self was never physical. It is not like normal talking. So now we break open, we got now that there are different ways we can communicate, and that is one of them will help us to get into touch with our own higher self. And that is also one of the things what humanity needed to lessen, reduce that too much physical interaction and too much physical level of talking. So rather than go into some virtual and eventually spiritual. Okay, so that is the shift what I can feel this has happened. And I was talking earlier about that the shifting of energy, collective humanity on earth to feminine energy, divine feminine energy. So, and that you will see more of that implementation you will see. So one of them, you will see that people are got fed up with the clashes and fighting and things like that. So they will be more like rationalization, or make up, patch up, and like more come to a level of understanding rather than fighting. So you will see more of that kind of thing will be play out here. And also in the other level, in the community level or in the political level, you will find more and more the humanity, they are choosing, they're electing or selecting people who have a motherly nature. I'm not saying woman, I'm saying motherly nature. Like anybody or everybody, all of us have that feminine and masculine characteristics within us. So people who are predominantly, feminine, they will be elected or selected eventually. Who can having the motherly qualities, mean nurturing, taking care, and just calm down effect, rather than fighting and taking it forward. It will slowly it will be, this kind of energy will come, because that was more aligned with the energy we have on earth, and it will continue to be. The more and more that kind of thing will come. So, and also to get that into, I already mentioned about that some creative energy is coming, and you can take most advantage of that, bring out your own creativity. And to do that, you need to get rid of that any pattern or any kind of fear which you are harboring from the past, which is no longer that is being meaningful any other way. It is just a fear. Fear is absence of love, pure love, I mean. So you have to bring love into the heart, not based on the fear. You'll be more aligned towards love-based activities or things like that. We'll be having more of group energy. Yeah, we'll be coming together to some effort. It cannot. I'm not saying it will be very dramatic and you need to have some kind of big organization. Nothing like that. Just you will see the tendency to come together, share our views, and like that. So a lot of caring, like not dependency, like you can say that sharing of our own energies and views will come, and it will be more like a cooperative rather than competitive. So this kind of that energy will be there. You can already see in there many places it has already started happening, and it will be more of this in nature. So my advice is to tap into the creative energy which is available, and it will be completely clear from March onwards. To tap into that, you have to get rid of the fear, because your fear may not allow you to bring your creativity out properly. So that will be a constraint. So get out of that, whatever type of fear you have. Already we have, last year we have done some fear annihilation techniques have been taught, and then Babaji also given some loving protection. That's a marigold, that flower, that kind of protection has already been given. So those are the things. Use that as and when necessary, and get rid of this kind of past fear or any kind of pattern you are harboring, because otherwise it will interfere into your creative pursuits, your ability to create something. And when we go into the creative zone, we will be given the help of the divine. Like you are basically moving with the flow of the energy. Like in the river, if you go, so river is, say, flowing east to west, maybe 5 kilometers per hour. And now you gone there and you wanted to swim across from west to east in the opposite direction. So you have to make a lot of trouble and hardship to overcome that to make a little progress. However, if you align yourself, with the flow, if you plan your journey, or if you have wanted your destination aligned with the river, then what you need to do, you have to just go and float. Little effort. You need to just float and enjoy, and river will take you. Or if you put little effort, say, suppose your effort is 1 kilometer per hour, then 5 kilometer plus 1 it will go faster, like 6 kilometer per hour. So this kind of thing, what I'm saying is you have to take like a river, that the creative energy will be already available. You have to give little effort, then you can move very fast. So that particular type of, this creative thing is basically coming from the source, the universal consciousness. The one, it is nature. By nature, it is, or you can say its only job is to create. The universal consciousness, the one, the source, it creates the universe, and everything else is keep creating. So multiple dimensions and multiple things anyway. So it is the whole energy is to create. And now that energy is coming available to us. So whatever we like to manifest into our life, we can create that life ourselves. Just put little bit of effort and the divine energy is available. So your own soul consciousness and universal consciousness will work together to deliver that. That is how beautiful that energy which is coming. So just work on that. Just you have to put your intention without any kind of fear or any kind of mind game. Just pure intention, and just put effort whatever you can. Rest, the divine will help you to go further. So that is the type of energy is coming, and I urge you to take the most of this advantages of that. You can plan, you can devise your own strategy, whatever you feel like. There is no rule here which will be good and all, which is this is good or that is good. It's everything is good as long as you are in sync with that. If it resonates with you, it will be good for you. So go ahead with that one. So that will be the way to implement that one. And also, this comes from another realization of what we undergone in the last year or so. The realization is the human evolution, the next stage of human evolution will be the transition for human to being. Human is a physical entity and being is a spiritual entity, like you got evolved. So to go from human to being, so what will be needed is we have to get dropped our dependency from the external knowledge or information. We already had enough of information, and they have a limit. Beyond that, it cannot go further. From that, this knowledge to knowingness. Like you have to be connected with your higher self, and through your higher self or your soul knows everything. So next step cannot be available by searching internet or Google or reading books is not possible, because it has got reached that limit. Rather, more you get information, it will confuse you more. And there is no way to check the authenticity. If whatever you are receiving, it is correct or not. So go with your own truth. So that is also my advice. Go in your own truth, connect with your higher self, and then whatever comes through that, trust that and implement that. That is called knowingness. You know internally that this is the right thing for you. So come from the knowledge to knowingness. So that is what it is high time. That rest of the year, what I explained to you, that is a high time to go into that mode of knowingness and implement that. Whatever you want it to be, you can manifest that. Whatever you like to be. And it is not necessarily financial, because earlier I spoke to Babaji, I think a few years back, it is in the Facebook. So I was asking that there's so many people are suffering that how you can, there's a lot of problems in the world. So how come that income can grow and people get more money and solve their problems and all those things? Babaji smiled and told that, okay, well, there are ways, of course, to get more money. That's nothing wrong with that. But that money cannot solve all your problems. But pure love can. If you connect with the humanity with pure love, it will solve all your problem. Okay, just for example, if we are in that kind of connection and good relationship with between countries, why you need to spend so much of money for the defense? And if you save some money from the defense and use it for the construction of the infrastructure and bridges and roads and all these ports and all, it will hospitals and schools, and it will lift the quality of life. So only thing you need, that it has to be looked into that more of caring and loving way rather than fighting way. Okay. And in that sense, in that area, spirit, let me also just came to my, came to my field in my domain, one more thing I like to share ultimately, where humanity went wrong. Humanity went wrong in the history. They think that to win, you have to kill the enemy. You have to fight and kill and get rid of the enemy. That is the way forward. Okay. And that is why in the history, you fought so many war and battle. If problems could have been solved with the battle and war, by now, it could have been a peaceful, blissful, enjoyable human experience of everybody, right? If you say historically how many battles it is fought. But it is not the case. Even problem becomes more. The difference between people become more. It is not better. Say whatever, say 300 years back or 1000 years back, and now problems are more. It is not less. What happened to all the battles we read in the history then? So ultimate result, it didn't deliver. And that's what I'm saying, that the humanity went wrong in this aspect. So what is the solution? Solution lies again in the spiritual wisdom. Your enemy, or so-called the devil, God and devil, and this concept, okay, by killing devil, you cannot get rid of it. It is not your win. Even if win, it is a temporary, it's not ultimate. So what is the ultimate win then? If you can convert the devil into God with love, then your problem is solved forever. Not by killing, by converting into the loving being. Then you can get rid of all this kind of enemy, so-called enemy. It's all role, all drama, but anyway, but this can get rid of it by that. So we are going towards that area, and that's what these things what I'm talking about is that still now it is a concept, but this is the kind of thing will happen when we are talking about the golden era. This is the time coming. There will be no need for the unnecessarily fighting and things like that, and creating enemy and this part and that part and this party and that party and this nationality, that nationality, this skin color and that skin color. And there's no need. There's no need to fight. You love all. Okay. Be in the good relation with everybody. It's fine. It's okay. So that is, so that kind of thing is coming. So that is, I've given just overall the view of that one. So now I'll come into the personal issues, how you like to do that. I have listed few points for you, what you can practice, or my advice. Okay, that one first point I have already mentioned. What happens is this energy period, our sensitivity will increase. We'll become extremely sensitive to, because we are also shifting. We are in a transition period. We become more sensitive. So it is possible that to some they get triggered with the minor events, whether it's at home or it is an outside event, you get triggered. So my advice is that don't allow your energy to go outward. Because your sensitivity will be high. There will be inner, some provocation will be there to, just go and do something about it. Don't do that right now. Hold that. That energy will be needed for some better purpose. That energy will be needed to the butterfly to come. It's not a good idea to cut the cocoon in the middle. There was, because that example I have already given, and somebody was so much passionate about the caterpillar that why it is making so much struggle to come out of the cocoon, so to get a butterfly out. So what he did is he took a scissor and cut it to help that whichever is coming out, that what is inside that caterpillar or larva or pupa or whatever. So when he cut that cocoon, you say that that particular what is creature inside the larva or something, it could not become a butterfly. It just fell from there and died. So that means that it is premature. That struggle is also needed to the butterfly to come and fly. It's not helping it. You are killing it, the process. So that is what I'm saying. Even if you will get in this time, you will have a tendency to just cut it with a scissor and let it, let it happen. Don't do that. Hold that. It will be needed. That energy will be needed, but this is not the right time. So that is what it is that, so don't drain your energy outside things. Try to be more, contemplate on your own things, and okay, you be in the witness, you see everything, but no, don't react. Or also some people might trigger you this time, and don't get triggered. Try to avoid that. It will be very easy to get triggered at this point of time. So just allow it to come down and let go. So this is that period of time. And then at the end, I think other things I have already mentioned earlier, that create your own reality. So that is with the force of the creativity, and shift from physical communication to communication with your higher self, as frequent as you can. And the last point is that in this, my advice will be for you, from now and onwards, you have to maintain a certain journal or diary. Your own diary. Like you can mention the communication with my higher self, or my soul's diary, or whatever name you wanted to give, it's up to you. Then in that, every day you sit down for 10 to 15 minutes, close your eyes, be in the breath awareness, calm down yourselves, okay, and try to reduce the thoughts as much as you can. Then you bring it to your intention, or you can ask questions to your own higher self. No need to speak out loud, just that intention is good enough. You bring your intention that my higher self, or my soul consciousness, so what is the message for me today? What is your message? What is your advice? And then don't distract your mind to anywhere else. Just calm down and wait. And if possible, with no thought zone, no thought in the mind. Whatever thought comes after that, first enters into your thought, which is not created by you. Like if something you are thinking and you'll ask and all, it is created by you. No, you know that I have created this thought, which is not created by you, but some thought just simply entered into your mind. That will be the answer. So you note down the answer. First question will be simply the message you ask, what is there for me today? And you note down whatever comes. Don't filter it out. Oh, this may not be coming from my soul. It's a very common thing, Don't filter there. Just write whatever it comes. Few words, not to make a big paragraph on that. So few words, question and answer. After that, you can ask another question. Some issue may be troubling you at this moment, at this day, or you may be having some health issues that you will like some guidance, what kind of treatment or what kind of thing you will do about it. Or it can be for approach to somebody, somebody else. So you wanted to have how to approach this issue, or how to communicate with this person, or what I can do for this person, or things like that. Or will it be better to establish communication with this person, or it's not the right time? Whatever the question may be, it's up to you. Then you wait for some time and wait for the answer. Whatever again thought comes, you note down. And then only one condition, don't delay too much. Because our second thought comes, third thought comes, and it takes away the original. We challenge ourselves. Oh, this may not be the right thing. How come this may be? How it is possible? Those are the second and third thoughts which will ruin your original thought. Whether it is possible or not, that baad mein dekhi jayegi. But first you write down what is coming. That will be your intuitive voice. That will be your higher self, the soul's voice talking to you. So maintain this journal, and once in a week, you read all of them. Means why once in a week I'm saying? Because you should not be reading it when you are remembering those. After a few days, some gap. 1 week I'm just saying, you can be twice in a week and once in a 10 days, so it's all fine. Don't take in too much of think that 1 week in the 7th day and every Sunday morning I will read it. It's not necessary, but it's up to you if you like to. But after a duration of some time, when you forget the original one, you don't remember or faintly remember, read it aloud to yourself. Close the door, you are alone in the room and you read it. Nobody else will read this diary. So you just read it aloud, and then a lot of meaning will come to you. Many things will click within you. Or if you read it after 1 month, you will be amazed that what kind of message your soul has given to you. What kind of solutions are automatically coming to you. Because remember, your soul has completed minimum 500 to 700 births. It has got that kind of experiences in all aspects, whatever you are facing in this life, it must have gone through that some part earlier. Don't think how soul will know. I'm only this much experience, and how so will know better? So knows everything. Forget about better. Okay. So just tap into that. And this year will be the time for that. So that because this year you will be able to implement that. Barring the first month. Forget about January. But you still keep writing, because you need also a little bit kind of preparation for implementation. So when time is right or the creative energy is correct, so use this for your guidance, your personal guide. Okay, only thing you have to be cautious, your mind is not coming and interfering. And even I should go to that extent and say, even if your mind is interfering, still you write. Maybe few things will be contaminated, but rest of the things will be fine. And it is not necessarily everything you need to implement. You choose then. Use your normal experience, normal discretionary power to choose which one you like to implement when. But you have a full set of things. So, like in the 4th month, you will have 100 ideas. And there is no such rules that one same question you cannot ask again. You can ask again. First question is always, what is there for me today? You can phrase whatever way you like. My higher self, please tell me if you have any message for me today. And in the morning, some people are asking that if nothing comes, it is unlikely, because I don't think nothing comes. Something will come, but if nothing comes, leave it blank. Write that dash, if nothing came on that day, it's fine. It does not have to give you that answer. Maybe that is not the right time for get you that answer. But it will come. Keep asking. If something you didn't get, particular question, you ask next day in same session and see how it goes. Okay, so this is about that the last point. So, and with this, I just complete this learning session. So if you have any question, you can unmute and ask the question. Sonika, you can ask. You were asking about this journal, I think, I told I will answer it after this learning session. You can ask what question you are asking.
Yes, I was asking that journal which we have to maintain, do we need to, can we do it as a part of our regular Kriya and meditation, or do we need to sit separately just to get the answer from a higher self?
Correct. So it is, if you have a time, if you can afford a different session for that, it is fine. 15, 20 minutes, for this it will be fine. But suppose you don't have much time, you can sit down for Kriya, meditation, whatever spiritual practice only once in a day. Then after finishing Kriya, you do this exercise and then you close the book and go into your meditation. Okay, so that is the right approach. But if you can, you do the Kriya meditation separately, and this exercise, the maintaining this journal in another time, 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So make sure it is isolated and peaceful, so that mind is not chattering or you are not distracted with so many things. Okay. In that relaxation, you will try that. So there is no special ability needed. Everybody, can do that. Only thing you have to write whatever is coming, okay, without judging the quality, good, bad, or thing like that, because this is your personal diary. Nobody else will read it, So that don't worry about that, or don't write, some good things so that if anybody sees, then what will happen? And don't go into all this nonsense. That write, make the truth into it. While mentioning truth, another things I got reminded with that now that slowly, I already told the transition of masculine to feminine energy, and our human body is undergone already a lot of changes, and more changes will come. So, but majority changes have already happened during lockdown, when we are not too much of running and then these things. So I'm just sharing that. But whatever happened is our structure, the cellular structure, going from the biological to crystalline. The crystalline structure, it is needed to hold more of the spiritual energy, the light of awareness. So it is a part of our awakening process, the whole overall human awakening process. So it is happening, whether you know it or not, doesn't matter, because few times during the year also somebody was asking questions or write to me the personal one-to-one messages that I'm feeling tired, feeling body ache, or someday I don't feel like sleeping a lot, and things like that. Those are the actually kind of symptoms when your cellular level, the body is undergoing change. It is not a disease. Okay. I also had my own quota of that. Some days are really, I could not, get up and go and all, and it was under the lockdown period, so you didn't mind, sleeping more and things like that. So, but this did happen, and now this is not the thing I'm coming to. I'm coming to something else. So now, more and more we're going to the area, more and more we're going to the feminine, divine feminine energy. And this crystalline structure will be needed to operate. And that one of the aspect of this crystalline structure is it can only hold the truth. It cannot hold contamination, like like manipulation or falsification, or it cannot hold. The system will not allow to hold that. And that is how the whole humanity basically will change. So that is also one of the aspect I'm saying, while using the journal, write the truth. Don't try to put a cosmetic and beautify it. It will not help. Just write the bare truth, whatever is coming to your mind. Write that in few words maybe. If you want, you can write. Don't write in too many detail, like few words, so that you can recall what was it. Okay. So, and few words, maybe somebody else reads will not make sense, but what does that mean? Like that. But don't change it. Don't make all good things into the diary. I have a wonderful feeling, and they come bless me, and I met with, Lord Buddha, and he told to cheer up, and he will big light is ahead of you. Don't write all this nonsense on that journal. Be truthful. Okay. So that is my advice. And as I said, that your system will not allow to hold something which is not the truth. And that is one of the reason many people is undergoing the changes, because of this parameter. Something which is not working in your life, it will come to the surface and it will go out. It is not about right and wrong. It is about that, everything is growing. You are growing. So you can no longer fit into your system. Better you let go. Don't hold on. Any holding on will hamper that process of your own creating, bringing the new life in. So that is the right approach. All right. Any other question?
Yeah. So Rajdeep, let me one question and then the second observation. So question, not a question. I'm not contesting what you said at all. But I'm saying the patterns you're talking about transitioning from a conflicted world to a universal loving world, that kind of thing happened in the past, right? So that was the change from Chandashok to Dharmashok, right? So Ashok felt the same way after the Kalinga War. He dissolved his army. The whole of Southeast Asia, including ranging all the way to Greek, became Buddhist, right? And all this thing happened. But if you see the pattern, it doesn't mean that you talked about winning the devil. I can clean myself, but there is if there's a devil out there somewhere, I'm not perceiving that devil right now. I'm thinking everybody has changed. Everybody has changed for better. But what if that same historical thing repeats itself? So
it will not.
To learn from history.
It will not. Simple reason is the energy has changed. Same background is no longer there. That's what I was explaining about the feminine energy. That was not there in the time of Ashoka. What he did was an individual effort. It was not a collective effort. But now collectively it will happen.
I see. Okay.
That's why I have given an example of the river.
Mm-hmm.
You need not to do anything. River will take you in that direction.
Okay.
Okay. Earlier the river was in the opposite side. So it will be difficult to maintain some other side. So now it is reversed. On 21st December 2012, the energy has already shifted to the other way. Or in that sense, river has started flowing in the other direction. So now you have to just simply float.
Yeah, I get your point. Yeah, absolutely. So the second observation, it's an observation to me, and I may be contradicting my own area of work or expertise. I saw for the last few years a tremendous push for artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning. But what I'm hearing from you is they all lack the intuitive things, right? So
yes.
In my mind, this pandemic gave us a learning that AI can, in the name of AI, we can do some of the learnings we already have, automate them, but that intuitive learning cannot come from AI. So all this, I'm seeing it, I'm contradicting myself. The self-driving cars, we were thinking will be all over. I'm seeing it will be very limited now. In certain areas, some elderly person or somebody who is challenged physically cannot drive. There will be areas of opportunity for those, but it won't be at a mass scale that we all have to give up driving and it will call the car and it will take us and all. So those patterns, I think people will come to a realization. So that's my observation. So
no, it's a good observation. What I'm saying is this transition need to happen. It's more like going from the physical to virtual. That's what up to that has happened. But you are right in one sense that the intuitive part, the wisdom part, which will be ultimately helping the humanity, that will come in this year. Some new idea. It may be simple idea. I'm not saying some big, big dramatic change will come, but a simple thing will make a big difference. So these type of ideas will come. By the way, I just wanted to touch upon one point. You mentioned that so far there is no intuitive thing has been, implemented. But let me give you some kind of truth. All inventions that is driven by the spiritual intuitive knowledge.
Yeah, I believe it, yeah.
Now I think some movies coming on the Tesla and Einstein and all. Actually, if you see, they get it. It may not be during meditation, but at least they were spiritually aware. So they picked it up.
Yeah.
They didn't, define it. So they themselves shared. How that idea came, I don't know. Even, there was a long time back, There was a movie director, his name I just forget, who has done Hero and other movies, no? In 90s.
Which movie?
Director, that I forget his name. He's a very popular director, and the Hero movie, there, Jackie Shroff movie Hero and other movies he directed. Anyway, so that director was giving an interview. So he was working with A.R. Rahman, music director. That time he was upcoming. So he was saying that I'm demanding one, song for a particular sequence. He's telling that A.R. Rahman is telling that 1 week has passed. Already, whatever it is ready, shot need to be done. Otherwise, they cannot finish the project in time, or something like that. But he already took 1 week and come out with nothing, a song like a tune. So he was telling. Then I went to him, and that same director I think did Khalnayak also. Subhash Ghai, yeah. Subhash Ghai, his name. Okay, he was giving an interview and telling, I'm saying, A.R. Rahman, 1 week happened, that song didn't come, and it's everything I kept on postponing things, and which is having implications and money and all. He said, when I go and meet with him, and I sat down, I said, what's wrong, and why you are not giving, giving me the song for my movie? So he was telling that I'm sitting, but I'm not getting the divine thing. I'm not getting the higher messages so that I can create the tune. I'm waiting for that still. So please wait. I'm not ready yet. Unless until I get that, I cannot create that music. So what I'm saying is that all this creative personalities and the great scientists, the fundamental thing came from some higher dimension.
On that thought, Rasdeep, we always talk about IQ, EQ. There should be something called SQ, spiritual quotient, right?
Yeah, it is there.
Is there?
Spiritual quotient, yes.
Right.
Spiritual quotient is there.
Okay.
And spiritual quotient is there, and we just wanted to quantify that. And there is a research going on. I have recommended that Guruji's main group, Om Prem Sangha, I posted a link. Guruji told me to invite everybody to join. It's a general group. So in that, I think 2 days before, Guruji has posted some heart rate variability factor. Those are the areas will be connected to SQ. It should be measurable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so anyway, so that's a big subject. I'm not going to that. But SQ is there. One of the SQ is PEVF, the personal energetic vibrational frequency. Power versus force, Dr. David Hawkins has researched on 40 years on that.
Right.
Okay, he had that book, Power versus Force. So if you read it, you will understand that what is this all about. So the energetic, the vibration, that is also one of the parameter for that, your SQ. Higher the vibration, better the SQ, something like that. So anyway, but SQ is there, spiritual quotient, it is there. So one day I thought, I read in some newspaper and say there is SQ. I got into, oh my goodness. So they are talking about SQ. Then I found SQ they are using for social quotient. People who are more partying and all that. So God.
Yeah, that's why I was hesitating to use that acronym, because I know that would come.
So it is not, that SQ is not spiritual, but there is something called spiritual quotient. SQ is there. All right. So if anybody else having any question or like to share anything, you can do that now.
Guruji,
yes, Uma.
Crystalline means more transparent, becoming more transparent in the...
Correct. Yeah. It will be crystal-like structure. It is not like actually the body become a crystal. It's not like that, but the structural thing, like, it will not be biological. It will be crystalline, like some pattern will be like a crystal. Now it is something called, cellular, round shaped sort of things, but then it will be like a crystalline structure. So different layers and things like that. So it can hold more light. Rather, I should say, able to hold more energy.
Okay, okay. Then, Guruji, I want to share some experience.
Sure.
Like that, nowadays, if I see the sky, a blue sky, if I deeply observe that, I could see some silver tadpole like that,
Yes, yes.
twinkling like that.
Those are pranic energy. The tadpole type of thing moving like this, no? Small, bright. Yeah, those are the
Silver.
pranic energy. While we inhale, no? We used to do stomach breathing. When we inhale those things into our body. Those are pranic energy. Or you can say the energy packets.
Yes, yes.
Okay, small pouch of energy that is been seen. So that is a good sign. So if you increase your vibration, you'll be able to see that. So what you saw is perfectly correct.
It will be moving like.
Yes. Yeah.
Will be
Like in the small water, the tadpole, no? The frog, small frog thing, like moving like this, like that.
Same thing,
Yes.
same thing.
Correct.
Yes.
You are right, but it is in the light form. It's a bright light, like moving like that.
Silver.
It cannot be seen normal eye, but if you go into higher vibration, you will be able to see that. You are right. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Guru.
God bless you. All right. So now then we'll go into our Kriya and meditation.